And waiting for this to go live. And wow, we're live already. Cool.
Wow.
Okay, so yeah, we're live, everyone. Here with Gundam, Alex, and Rags, and we just got off what was quite possibly Bethesda's showing. Was God, that was fucking awkward. I was uncomfortable.
That was Bethesda. That sure was. God Howard came out and talked about things, and people before him came out and talked about things, and not much was learned.
Almost nothing was learned.
It's really tough to kind of even think about what to say. Gosh, let me. I need to grab a list here because it was so unmemorable.
Wait, nobody loved Andrew WK? I'm shocked and appalled.
No, but
This is just
so
it's unbelievable.
Oh man. Okay. Let's see. I think it's before we get to Bethesda's, which was probably the biggest disappointment. I think we could go on and start with Microsoft's, which I thought was alright. I didn't think it was that bad. I thought Microsoft's was okay. Granted, I don't know why they keep saying exclusive.
Oh yeah, it's because they want to tout the whole. Well, it's exclusive to consoles.
Oh, yeah.
Even though there's a better platform to get it, it was like, oh, but it's exclusive. It's exclusivity asterisk is what it is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So, Microsoft's was kind of a blur for me. I haven't retained anything from Microsoft's. All I do know is they announced some pretty good ass games. I think it's fair to say we were all in it for the CD Projekt Red, the new Cyberpunk 2077 trailer.
Yeah. And it was. I mean, it was a trailer.
It was underwhelming of a trailer.
It was just.
Well,
it's just like
there wasn't
else.
even.
It was just a trailer.
Yeah.
It's just, here's some CGI stuff to show off the aesthetic and get you excited.
Yeah.
And I mean, it looked cyberpunky. It looked like a game. So yeah, there.
I'm
There you
excited
go.
for robotic hookers, personally.
Then we had Halo. There was a Halo trailer, sort of. So that was hugely underwhelming. They basically just came out and said, "By the way, we're working on Halo." And yeah, we know. You gonna tell us anything about it? No, we're not. But
No,
look,
and it was the
Marines.
first thing they announced too.
Look,
yeah.
Master Chief from Halo 2. Yeah, ooh, wow, look at that. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
People are eating it up. People love it. I don't know why. You didn't learn anything. I mean, were you shocked to see that they're making another Halo? I guess
No.
some people were, but
I absolutely
I
Well, they
wasn't.
need something to celebrate, honestly, on Xbox. That's the thing.
yeah, I have no. There's no more. If there was supposed to be in there more of a reason for me to buy an Xbox, I didn't see it.
No, definitely not.
Because when the problem that people have is that there aren't enough games for Xbox to warrant me buying one over the competition, and you say, oh, we've got all these new development companies and we've got all this stuff, but you don't actually show anything for it.
Yeah.
I mean, that it's one of these, oh yeah, well next year, oh yeah, well you just give us time and we'll do this, and that doesn't make me want to buy anything from you.
Yeah.
Like Gears of
Yeah,
War,
and-
it's the thing. Okay, can't wait for the downgrades to that.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that CD Projekt Red wouldn't be stupid enough to blow their load on Cyberpunk 2077 at Microsoft's conference.
Not Microsoft.
No, fuck
Well,
no.
I
They're
mean,
gonna blow their
they
load
wouldn't
somewhere
do
else.
anything, Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna
Or
blow.
they'll just do it on their own. They'll do it on their own. They're not
Probably
gonna.
will.
Yeah, but what we finally got to see, I guess, in-engine stuff. And even then, it still doesn't tell anything. Just like Bethesda's.
I'm still not excited about in-engine stuff. You could make anything you want. If it's in-engine, I don't care because the way that it runs and how it interacts with you as the player is a big deal. So all of these trailers that show concepts and just there to get you excited. I mean, I mean,
It doesn't do anything
really
for me.
let
And
me
then
know that
Rage
this
2 was the same thing. Like I felt Rage 2 was very slow, and I felt the way they were showing it was not showcasing what it could possibly be like. And it just, to me, something feels off about that game. And it was in engine, so I'm just like, this is not what I expected. I expected something a lot faster. And I mean, not even Doom 2 could save Bethesda for me, to be honest.
That hurt.
And I thought Doom was 2016 Game of the Year.
Oh yeah.
I don't even know what did we learn about Doom. Just that we're making another one. It's like, okay.
It's hell on earth. It's
All right.
exactly what it should be.
gotcha.
Fantastic.
This
Get
is-
back to it and
it's
show me when it's
so-
ready.
This is what exactly E3 is. Charge people to come to your event where you're not going to actually show them gameplay of something. You're just going to give them a teaser that you could post on YouTube.
They're just commercials.
Yeah, it's honestly for the whole Doom thing. It just kind of it really. Actually, mainly Rage. With Rage 2, that kind of broke my heart because I was very interested in seeing what they were going to do with Rage 2. But after seeing the gameplay, after knowing that id Software is behind some of it, that got me a little more hyped. But once I saw the gameplay and everything in motion, it just seemed so
weird,
like
slow,
lacking,
prodding.
I don't know what it is.
We're gonna skip around, or we're gonna do like Microsoft and.
Okay. All right. We'll start with Microsoft. Okay.
So Halo Infinite, right? They released a couple-minute trailer that was basically like it was like a tech demo of sorts, really, and it told us nothing about the game other than they were making another Halo game, which we all knew that they were. Obviously, it's one of the few IPs that Microsoft has that really has any interest with a lot of people, and it just showed the game, and it's not going to look like that. You know, it's not going to run. Not on consoles. I mean, just as a rule of thumb going forward, everything that you saw is not going to look that good.
Oh,
and
it never is.
And I do have to say that because a lot of people don't think about it because people get caught up in hype and people get caught up in the moment and they get thrilled and excited. But none of what you saw during during E3 is going to look that good.
Absolutely not. Yeah, there's always going to be downgrades. Yeah,
especially if you're playing on a console.
Oh yeah. With that Halo 6, not Halo 6. Sorry. Wow.
It's Halo 6. Yeah, it's Halo 6.
I'll call it Halo 6. Yeah. With that Halo 6 trailer, I mean, maybe if I was.
I honestly, I don't think it's going to be Halo 6. I think it's what they're trying to do is
it's not a spin-off.
No, I don't think it's a spin-off either. I think they're making a platform for Halo.
What do you mean?
I think what they're trying to do, well, it's called Infinite, right? And Infinite is one of the ships where you would train for multiplayer. So I think what they're doing is they're doing a platform for Halo where they can constantly update it. So think of like the Halo Waypoint where they can just constantly put Halo stuff on there.
Maybe.
And then you would just be a cross-platform between all that and PC and console.
It's listed
so I don't think it's Halo 6. I think it's
Master Chief story.
I think it's going to have Halo 6 on there, but I think Infinite is the platform where it's going to be released. That's what I think. I don't think it's going to be
service move.
Correct. It's a big games as a service move.
You know, I think you're onto something.
That's what we were asking for. All right.
That's what I think. I would love for it to be just. Honestly, Microsoft would have won me over if they were like Master Chief Collection's on PC now.
Oh yeah.
I would have been like done and done.
And it's on PC. Like, oh, good. I'll go and see where that is.
I'll go and buy it right now. Absolutely.
We fixed it and it's on PC. Too big of a dream, honestly.
Yeah, too big of a dream.
Too ambitious. Guys.
But I think Infinite is a platform that they're going to use to really push Halo stuff. I don't think it's the sequel. I think it's a platform.
So for me, maybe if I was 14, I would have probably shit my pants seeing that. But you know, the Halo franchise, it's just had so many ups and downs.
If I was 14, or if I was a video game journalist,
whichever
one's more mature.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, they're showing us this, but we have nothing to say because there was nothing to see. So,
well, Halo was what I was really kind of most interested in seeing, and I know Fringy was the same way. He's like, "Yeah, I'm here for Halo. I want to see what they do with Halo," and then they just show this. No gameplay, no real info. They're just like, "Yeah, don't forget, we own Halo. If you forgot, we do make Halo games. Yeah. They are a thing." I'm like, okay.
Gundam, what about you? What were your thoughts on the whole Halo?
I had no thoughts on it. I saw the quick clip and I was like, okay, whatever. Let's see what's up next.
Yeah, I think Alpha Ben's in the chat. He can't drop in. It's alright, Alpha Ben. Okay, after that, what was next? It's all a blur to me.
After that, it was Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
Okay, that I am actually looking forward to because Ori and the Blind Forest is actually an incredibly... I don't know. It's a great game. If you haven't played the first Ori and the Blind Forest, you guys owe it to yourselves, talking to the chat, to play it because it's actually a really, really freaking good game.
Yeah, I've heard it's very good. Yeah.
And artistically, I think it's just probably one of the most beautiful games out there too. And
Which game?
Ori and the Blind Forest.
It's a fantastic game.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. It's, you know, there's nothing else to say other than I'm excited for that. I will be looking forward to that. Then what did we have after Ori?
I hope somebody wrote down
Shadows
clip
Die
notes.
Twice, which is a game that looks really cool and I'm interested in.
That's the From Software game, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
okay.
the people who if you don't know the name, they made Bloodborne and Dark Souls, and they're making a game called Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. It's a ninja game.
I looked at it and I
Dark
thought it's
Souls-y
Bloodborne with samurais.
It
looks really
like a
good.
Dark Souls-y kind of samurai game. It looks really kind of nifty, so we'll see how that turns out.
It's basically Neo, but made by From Software.
It's as close as we're getting to Onimusha.
Ooh,
We're missing the Devolver Conference.
I don't give a fuck about the Devolver Conference right now.
I don't care.
Oh, you are missing the fuck out if you don't give a fuck about. You need to.
I don't give a fuck about commercials.
Like,
Devolver is fantastic.
I'll read the results, but at this point, I just can't sit through another hour and a half of some of this stuff because, I mean, let's be honest here about, like, usually 30 to 40 minutes of this stuff is filler content. Like, they'll have performances, they'll put a teaser, people will shit their pants. They won't really talk about the future of these games. They'll just tell you, hey, we're making this game. You know, it's like when Bethesda went on stage and like, we're gonna have a new Elder Scrolls. You're like, yeah, you don't say.
Yeah,
I mean,
we know.
I mean, Starfield, I mean, it's about time they start a whole new thing, but we'll get to that.
Like they didn't see it coming.
Yeah. ADH TV $2 says, Frit, how would you feel if Xbox had free online? I wouldn't feel anything because I still wouldn't get an Xbox, but I'm pretty sure everyone playing on Xbox would feel happy. Because that's...
Well, if they got free online, we wouldn't hear the fucking end of it.
Let me see. I guess there was... So I guess Fallout 76, it kind of rolls into Fallout 76.
Was there anything else at Microsoft's worth mentioning? Oh, let's see. Devil May Cry commercial.
Yeah, that looked good.
I do like Devil May Cry, but nothing to really know.
We Crackdown 3, which isn't dead. It's a thing.
Eventually.
3 is apparently going to happen. So, yeah, there's going to be a Crackdown game. Also, one of the few games that I am legitimately very interested in liked seeing was Metro Exodus.
Yeah.
It looked Metro-y. Some of the design decisions are strange. The little holographic red dot sight seemed a little out of place, but otherwise it was a pretty good looking show off of the game, and I'm interested to see more of it.
So, did this interest you guys? But seeing Chris Avalon come out on stage and talking about Dying Light, that's weird. That is.
Oh yeah, Dying Light was a. I mean, it looks like a game.
Right, but this is Chris Avalon. He was the
Chris Avalon introduces a dynamic where the game might actually have something more to it than parkour and hitting zombies in the head with an axe.
Oh yeah, he might actually have some good storytelling to go with this one. I've never played the first Dying Light, but since Chris Avalon's going to be here, he was I believe the lead writer to the original Fallouts, or just Fallout 2. It's been a while.
Knights of the Old Republic 2 as well.
Knights of the Old Republic. He's a talented guy. He's a talented writer. So just seeing him on this project though is kind of weird.
He did the story for Prey as well, I believe.
Did he? I haven't played Prey yet.
We'll talk about Prey. You should. Prey was very good. You should buy it.
All right, I will.
Very good BioShock Dishonored mix.
Here's $20 from Mersh, but he didn't leave a comment. But thank you, Mersh. Anyway, Oppaben says Dying Light 1 was amazing. I'll give that a try, Oppaben. I will give that a try.
I like the story branching for Dying Light 2. It looks very interesting.
Yeah. You could just hear the massive, like, underwhelming tone in our voices because this was just...
Bethesda took all the wind out of the sails.
Yeah. I was actually kind of happy for Microsoft here. I thought... Granted, like I said, none of what they were showing was an advantage to their platform, but I mean, you know,
it was just like games that you'll be able to play elsewhere. Like, yay!
Yeah.
I don't have to play. It's like I don't have to. Like, I shudder to think what Metro is going to look like running on an Xbox.
Yeah.
I think the fantastic part about that conference was seeing them acquire those studios, and seeing
And I don't know
what you're gonna and seeing the future of like what they could develop with money behind those
No,
studios, because
all
those
it
studios
is,
were
all that
basically gonna shutter.
is just, it's just, oh yeah, well, just you wait. Oh, well, in a year and in 2 years, things will be great. It's like, oh, you want more games? Well, we bought developers so that
I mean, of
maybe we can
course.
make good games in the future. That stuff doesn't mean, and it shouldn't mean anything.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, this is a wait and see approach, but what I'm saying is they've had to right this ship so hard for that brand and that console this entire generation. I mean, really had to right the ship, and they were dealing with so many other issues besides just having games, that them finally being able to focus on that, and I think in the coming times, like maybe even next gen, you will see a much stronger Microsoft. Sadly, I don't think you're going to see it this generation. I think with their acquisitions now, especially with Ninja Theory, and with having finances behind these developers, you're going to see them, and being brought in as first party, you'll see maybe, hopefully, it would be nice if a much stronger brand for them, because I think that they took a hell of a beating this generation, a hell of a beating.
Oh yeah.
And they, Phil had to right the ship in many ways and save a literal burning trash fire.
No. They didn't take a beating. They fell flat on their face, is the way I see it.
Yeah.
The beating, the kicking on the floor didn't happen until afterward, when Sony was like, "Well, we really don't have to try, so now we're just gonna stomp on your head while you're on the ground."
Basically, yeah.
It's just, and I don't see exactly why all these PlayStation fanboys see this as a good thing. Like everybody is like, I don't.
The short-sightedness of where they don't understand that they want their, even if you hate Microsoft guts, you need to want them to do as good as possible.
Oh yeah.
Like you want your competition to be very fierce, or else,
Yep.
As we've seen, PlayStation will take advantage of you and it'll raise prices and it'll deny you services.
I mean, they're doing it now. They're not involving crossplay. They're doing everything they can to like block whatever they can and keep their ecosystem up. So it's
and Lord knows
why did they tease the next generation? Why did they tease making the next Xbox?
Because this generation seems lost for them.
It's such a throwaway line that they put out there, and if I had an Xbox, I'd be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's on the horizon.
Mm-hmm.
Jeez.
I don't know. It just seems like something that I don't know why you just bring it up so casually. One of these, toss in the wind.
Keep in mind, Todd Howard also, when he was on stage, he's like, "We're developing games for Starfield's a next-gen game," so they're already.
Games. We're not talking entire platforms,
right?
Like
but
we're working on the next Xbox, and I'm like, oh, is that like around the corner, or is it when? They're talking about it. I mean, it was a small comment, but they brought it up, and I'm like, oh, what does this mean? Why mention it?
Well,
to you, it makes no sense, but to Crap Gamer, this is a win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not thinking in the logic of a hardcore Xbox fan.
Yeah, everything is positive no matter what. Anyway, Kingdom Hearts 3 is a thing some people are excited for. I don't do Kingdom Hearts. I've never played it.
I'm personally waiting for JTech's video on it.
More power to him if you like Kingdom Hearts, I guess. It'll have Frozen.
It's coming to the Xbox, and so like I'm pretty sure JTech is rolling in his bed right now, having trouble sleeping wherever he is.
Forza Horizon 4.
Don't give a shit.
So, there's a racing game if you guys like
it. It should have been in Japan.
You play racing games, Alex?
No, but I mean, those games have been known to be very good.
Okay, fair enough. I
So
mean,
they mentioned that again. They mentioned they opened a new studio and they bought indies, and they didn't show anything. They didn't elaborate on that really, but there you go. They maybe in the future Microsoft won't be as pathetic as it is now. So cross your fingers, I guess. It's E3, and now you know that maybe at some point in the future, something might come of that, or they'll all get driven into the ground, and they'll lose more franchises. Who knows?
Well, here's the funny thing that I saw when I went to Twitter is there's quite a few elites on the PlayStation side. They're like, I can't believe Microsoft is buying out all these studios, and I'm sitting here like,
this is the future you wanted.
I mean,
I don't know why you're complaining. This is what you want. You want your exclusive so much. Well, here you go. This is the future you want.
Yeah. Just grab a hold of the best developers on the market, hold them hostage to your platform,
Mm-hmm.
and have fun. Have fun, because
Like it shouldn't shock you that if you constantly taunt Microsoft about not having games, what are they going to do? Microsoft has more money than God. Microsoft has way more money than Sony, and it's
Oh,
not
yeah.
even
Oh my god, they have more money
Yeah.
than
not,
game.
even- not
They
even
really
close.
do.
It's like 6 times this. It's something crazy. Don't hold me to that, but it's a crazy amount.
yeah,
Microsoft's just going to go in and say all of these studios now belong to us.
yeah. You know, for a
Because
company,
Sony, outside of their game development, is not doing so hot.
yeah, I know. You know, for a company with as much money as Microsoft has, it's just kind of funny how much they don't care
Took 'em
about the
this
Xbox. Like,
Yeah, because they're just making so much money with everything else. They're just made of money. But this is if you are with Sony and you're upset and you're worried that Microsoft is buying all these studios and all these indies, they're buying Undead Labs and Playground Games and Ninja
yeah,
Theory
they bought
and
Playground
Compulsion Games.
Yeah.
They're buying all these guys out, and you're with Sony and you're worried about that. Well, then you made your fucking bed, so it's time to lay in it. I'll be playing these games on PC.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That was the harshest but most realistic way to really say that.
I'm just there. It is like all this time when you guys are saying, "Oh, exclusives, you need exclusives. You need these," and all this time I've been saying, "No, it'll lead to something bad." Well, this might be it for you. This might be, maybe not. Maybe this will turn out to be nothing. But the fact we ask these questions should be a warning to a lot of people.
There's a rumor going around that Ninja Theory might even complete Scalebound.
What?
Well, I mean, wasn't that rumor already confirmed that Scalebound is back on track to development?
I did
Well, it would
hear
be
that,
good-
but
it would be a
not
good
who'll be
move.
working on it.
That'd be the move to do, yeah.
Because, I mean, Lord knows if they can't keep Devil May Cry 5 as an exclusive, then, I mean, might as well develop a character.
I mean,
that-
I mean,
Okay,
keeping
so
Devil May Cry 5 as
Microsoft
an exclusive is
on May
shitty.
18th, Xbox renewed the trademark.
they
So,
did.
but it's not in development, but they have renewed the trademark. So
That's
which means that
interesting.
what they might do is they might do something with it in the future. But
Yeah.
it's not in development, but they've renewed the trademark. So maybe in the future you'll get a Scalebound game. All you people who've been really rearing for Scalebound.
It never looked good, to be honest.
Yeah.
It
to me.
looked like a Monster Hunter-y looking sort of thing.
Monster Hunter meets Devil May Cry.
But yeah, there you go. So maybe in the future, but not today.
Yeah.
Let me see. Division 2.
Don't
Oh,
give a shit.
Oh,
So
my panties are wet for that one.
yeah, so if you like the
That
Division,
game,
then you'll get
man.
another Division game, and maybe they will learn their lesson from all of the Division's problems, and they'll start Division 2 off on the right foot. Or maybe they won't. Who
There's
knows?
a lot of maybes there. That's a lot of maybes.
As games as a service.
God damn.
Ubisoft specializes in disappointing me personally, so I expect the Division 2 to be Division 1.5.
Yeah.
Let me
Let's
see. Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Oh, look, the last Tomb Raider was amazing. I loved it. I am looking forward to this Tomb Raider. But I don't... Was it confirmed if it's a timed exclusive again? Is there any confirmation on that?
If it's an
I
Xbox
have no
exclusive,
idea.
it's timed.
Fuck.
Yeah,
There's a
I
skate
mean,
game called Session.
yeah.
Basically,
It looks like a
skate.
skating game. It looks like a game where you skate.
Didn't Skate 4 get announced?
Skateboard.
No, people were rumoring Skate 4 because Skate 3 servers came back online.
Oh,
Let's see. Devil May Cry 5. Devil May Cry 5 is a third-person action game. It looks good. It looks fine. It looks like a
I love
Devil May Cry game.
I love the last Devil May Cry games. I love that franchise, but I really don't know what the I don't really know why exactly a game like that would need to have a world premiere on the Microsoft brand. Mainly because it's had a stronger emphasis on the PlayStation brand over the years. It's just kind of, I don't know, it's just weird. It's undoubtedly going to be multi-plat, that's for sure, but just to have the world premiere on the Microsoft brand is weird. I mean, it makes sense when Bethesda comes and has an exclusive trailer because Bethesda and Microsoft are in bed with each other a lot, but I don't know. That was just weird. For me, it was out of place, but nonetheless, I'm just happy to hear the news that we're going to get a new Devil May Cry.
Yes, that is good.
When was the last one? 2011? Devil May
it was that really bad reboot.
2013.
I didn't think it was really bad. I just
I've heard it was okay.
like the mechanics were refined, the gameplay was refined, but the characters nowhere near as
Charismatic
or charismatic
memorable.
or memorable.
Lovable.
Yeah. All right. What else did Microsoft announce? Because
let's see. There's a Cuphead expansion, The Delicious Last Course.
Excellent.
So if you like Cuphead, you'll get more of it.
Excellent.
There is a game called Bandai Namco is announcing Jump Force, which looks like an anime fighting game crossover.
Do it.
Yeah.
That's the one.
So it could be Naruto, or whatever weebs watch. I don't know.
It's kind of strange seeing the.
I just jumped at the right time.
Oh boy.
What was that? What's going on? Who is that?
Appavend.
Oh.
Appavend, your mic is it's in another universe right now.
Alphabet, you dropped in.
My mic is terrible. Sorry.
Just stand a little further away.
I'm out at this moment.
I would lower it maybe a little bit, lower the level a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
That's workable. That'll work.
Yeah. It's not complete ear cancer, but we're good.
And just in time to talk about Dying Light 2.
Which looks good.
Which looks like it looks Assassin's Creedy.
What doesn't these days? What doesn't these days?
Right. Everything
Dying
looks
Light
Assassin's
2,
Creedy.
It takes place in Paris, I believe.
That's I don't have much to say about the Dying Light series. I mean, see, I've always had trouble distinguishing the Dying Light series from the. Let's see. Oh God, Applepen. What's?
I don't know what that sounded like. A air horn. From
that sounded horrible. If he can't, with that kind of quality, like I can't ever distinguish the difference between Dying Light, games like Dying Light, and other open world zombie survival apocalyptic games.
I mean,
like
it doesn't look bad. It just doesn't really have anything that stands out to me. It's one of these sort of living world kind of things where you go places and do missions and hit people with the weapon that you made on the workbench, and I don't know. I guess it's gonna have the world reacts to the decisions you make. Okay. I assume there'll be multiple factions, maybe. The story revolving around maybe how everyone deals with the zombie outbreak
and social politics, I'm sure.
Can I just point out it's kind of strange seeing the Xbox fanboys actually like Japanese games now. It's just kind of
now all of a sudden Japanese games are good. It's not crap garbage that nobody buys. Even though a lot of people do.
I'm just seeing a lot of affection for like these what is it that they've called it, weeaboo chink games or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Everybody. The thing is, it's you hate it until you have it, right?
Yeah, it's just the same tribalist nonsense that they always do.
It's like when I constantly have a lot of people from the PlayStation side come and like, I bet if you had third-person action adventure games like Uncharted on the PC, you wouldn't be dumping shit all over it. But I have access to.
Guess what? I bought a PS4 for those games, and those games fucking suck.
Yeah, I got to admit,
games are fucking terrible.
Not do anything for me.
Yeah, I'm just like
that is one of the worst games I've ever played.
And I see all these third-person action games, and I'm like, man, I just can't be fucked to care. I mean, I'm sure if you like them, more power to you, and I'm sure they're lovely, great games, but I'm just not into. I mean, I just don't care about these third-person action games. They just don't really with light stealth mechanics.
I mean, the only game that I like that is Vanquish. Because it is so
that I liked are the
off the wall, over the top, and it gives you the ability, hiding behind cover is how you get killed in Vanquish. And you have to use all the mechanics of that game to avoid yourself from being killed and playing it the right way. Uncharted, though, for me, it always followed this really horrific formula of story beat, climbing beat, action beat. And it follows that pattern the entire 12 hours.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the game plays like a movie, and if you are not following the director's role of the game, it will auto-kill you. So there are scenarios where if you don't jump off a ledge at a specific time, even though there's no danger from jumping off the ledge, the game will auto-kill you until you do it.
So it's basically it's very hand-holdy. It's very
It's incredible. It is a game that is all QTEs without the QTE prompts.
Yeah, I back when I had a PS3, Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 were that was a series I was younger and I wasn't into more. I don't want to like say sophisticated games because it's really all preference and taste, but I wasn't into games with a lot of complexity and depth like I am now, like with games like Divinity Original Sin or Pillars of Eternity. Those are games I was into back then. I was into these action games with basically not much substance to them. They were easy to follow. They're easy to be entertained by. And that's fine because I think that's what those games are trying to achieve. But when you go back and you're older and you play them, good God, are the shooting mechanics horrific. The cover-based mechanics are just piss poor because the problem I had with Uncharted's high difficulty mode, which was the only way for me to really enjoy it, was cover, peek, shoot, cover, peek, shoot, cover, peek, shoot, move to the next area. And that kind of gameplay, just, I can't get into that anymore.
Yeah, a game needs to be difficult or challenging. There has to be something about it that keeps me coming back and that really gives it a certain draw. And a lot of these games don't. They're just very surface level kinds of entertainment. And there's nothing wrong if you like that. But for me, I just want something a little bit more a lot of the times. I want something with a lot of replayability. And it can be simple as long as it has a level of depth to it. A game like Vermintide or Killing Floor or something like that. I can keep going back to and trying to get better and better at it.
Yeah.
But man, these days so many games are just so simple, and it's the exceptions to the rule I think that really get me excited. Like Hellblade was my game of the year for 2017.
Really?
And it kind of surprised me. I thought it would be it surprised me because it was a third person sort of action game, but it was just so unique in how it was presented. But if it went down the action route, it would have just been completely different. Like the worst parts of the game were the combat, and it was just these games aren't captivating. You see enough explosions and train derailments and plane crashes where you're just like, okay. It doesn't mean anything. It's just Hollywood stuff. It's Hollywood nonsense, and it doesn't mean anything anymore.
I think the sound direction taken in Hellblade was really the meat of the game for me, and the visual storytelling. And I gotta say, graphically, that's probably one of the best looking games I have ever seen.
It was very, very good looking.
And it was made with like nowhere near the same budget that Naughty Dog games get.
Yeah, because it's a game that understood the kind of scale that it needed to have, and it didn't try to make it like when they said Fallout 76 is 4 times bigger than Fallout 4. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, I don't fucking care.
Oh god, and I'm worried when they say something like that. It's 4 times bigger. Can you handle 4 times bigger? You could barely handle Fallout 4.
Yeah,
and West Virginia. And the thing is, West Virginia. I've been to Virginia. It's not that big.
Yeah,
well, it doesn't matter.
And it's not that it's not that diverse in its climates either. Just saying.
Well, I'm fine with that. West Virginia will be fine. It's just a matter of them. I don't want Bethesda to bite off more than they could chew.
But honestly, though, I think I'm sorry to cut you off, Regs. I think they're doing Fallout 76 online to control the modding.
Maybe it's very possible.
You know what I'm worried about?
And to make money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm worried about is how in the fuck are they going to get multiplayer to work with such a broken, duct-taped engine like they're using right now? How is it going to work? Because
it's not.
The idea is interesting, but if the execution's bad, it could be terrible.
You know, it was also scary the amount of self-awareness that they had on stage when they were talking about their games with the bugs.
I mean, it wasn't good self-awareness.
They're like self-aware. Like Todd was like, we hear about the bugs, and then he proceeded to say, well, we hear it on the internet, and as you know, the internet's always true, something like that. And I was just kind of like, that's a bit dismissive. He's kind of dismissing the fact that there are actually bugs in their games.
Yeah, he was being backhanded about that. Yeah. Absolutely.
We've got Battletoads was announced. If anyone cares.
Hey, remember who was it that secretly had leaked info on Battletoads? Was it Supersonic Wolf?
Yeah, Supersonic Wolf. Yeah, he got reamed by, it was like a big channel like The No or something.
But he's redeemed now. Because it's true.
What's he even been up to?
I think he moved to the PlayStation brand. I don't remember.
So. I don't know.
Let me see.
He blocked me on he called me like Islamophobic or something. I don't know.
He blocked me on Twitter as well. Hold on, I got some super chats here real quick. The Silent Observer, $5. Frutango plays Eugenians Unite. I live in Springfield, which is a suburb of Eugene. But yes, Eugene. Yeah. $2 from. I lost track of the super chat. Oh, there we go. $2 from Breaking Dimes. From Software made a mistake going with Activision. Oh fuck yeah, they did. Yes, they did. How From Software said, yes, Activision, take this game, put it in your hands. I don't know. Did you guys?
Pretty sure Activision must have paid them or something.
Well, no doubt, but like.
I mean, but honestly though, Activision is not as bad as EA.
No, fuck no.
It could have been far worse.
Well,
it could have been far worse.
Yeah,
It could have been Microsoft owning the IP solely.
Yeah.
It could have been EA doing it. It could have been, Sony going back to it and then locking that up to never have that come on ever on another platform ever. It could have been.
It's like we worry for games these days because we don't know what's gonna happen to them, and we're more worried. We're not more worried about the quality of games. I mean, we're worried about the quality of games these days, but we're far more worried about who's gonna get their hands on these games because that ultimately affects the games more these days than it ever did before. Like,
if I can't say I give too many fucks these days.
And people shit on me because when I stream a lot of older games. I've been playing Morrowind, I've been playing the old Resident Evil games, I've been emulating older games like Dot Hack, stuff like that. And everyone's like, you don't play anything new. Well, all the new stuff isn't good.
Gotta agree with you there.
A lot of it is really, I mean,
new stuff isn't good.
I think personally, I find a lot of good modern games, but the problem is just they're not usually the games that are featured on TV commercials.
Or they're few and far between.
Yeah. I mean, the best games I've played this year so far were games from last year, and they weren't AAA games. And slowly, bit by bit, it's like, not that my passion for gaming is dying, but more like I'm finding myself far
AAA
less.
Games no longer deliver.
Well, yeah,
people want,
but it's more to do with the industry and AAA in general. Like anything big announced at E3 these days is just kind of like, whereas back then I would probably be jumping in my seat. I think the last time I jumped for anything was when they announced Fallout 4, and my perspective on the AAA industry changed right after that, because by then I kind of matured more as a gamer. I started realizing, I started seeing what we no longer have that we had back then, especially when I played New Vegas, because what had happened is the few months before the launch of Fallout, I was on a Fallout New Vegas binge. I was just playing that game like there was no tomorrow, and by the time Fallout 4 came out, I was like, I just want to hop back into New Vegas right away. Which I guess brings us to Bethesda, because what else did Microsoft show? Gears of War.
Just Cause 4. So that's a thing.
Well, he's out of enemies to fight, so he now fights the weather.
He's fighting global warming.
Yep, global warming.
There is another Gears of War game that is a thing, and I get they really want us to give a shit about these people and their struggles. I mean, they really want us to care, and I really don't at all.
There's a cute girl I want to date with who loves Gears, so I pretend to care.
I mean, Gears is fine. The games I've played have been fine. I didn't play the last one. Felt no reason to. It was on Microsoft Store, so I didn't want to go through the trouble of buying it. I guess Microsoft just has something against money, so they don't release it on a platform people will actually buy it on.
Yeah.
So yeah, Gears of War 5 is a thing. It's got another again. What you saw, it's not gonna look like that. It ain't gonna look like that. Nope.
No,
it
it's
ain't
not.
Gonna.
They also announced a Gears of War XCOM style strategy game, which I think looks pretty cool because I do enjoy XCOM.
And that is a PC exclusive only.
So, is You don't think it's gonna go to consoles eventually? I mean, eventually, not right away. Probably.
Honestly, I wish it would, because XCOM is fantastic, and XCOM did a great job with a controller layout, so it wouldn't be a bad thing.
Yeah,
You know,
just.
I mean, it would be great to have people play more XCOM style games and get into them.
Well, so they talked about the next Xbox for just a second, and then they released Cyberpunk trailer, and it was a trailer. Apparently, Nier Automata was confirmed for Xbox in June.
Well, we gotta go. We gotta go check on JTech. He might be in a coma after hearing that.
Yeah,
let me call this local hospital real quick here.
Was he saying never ever?
He was saying never ever to Xbox.
Whenever he says
He's got a
never
trailer for
ever,
2
that video gets
expansions,
deleted.
So maybe they'll put things. Battlefield 5 story trailer, which I don't care about. I don't care about the stories in Battlefield.
Yeah, and Battlefield 5 isn't even looking like anything I want to play, to be honest, because even though there's no loot boxes, there's air supply drops.
They got us.
They're airdrops.
They're just changing the name.
Not loot boxes.
EA tricked us. Yeah. They tricked us. They're like, what was it? There was articles everywhere saying there will be no loot boxes, and then all of a sudden they show us the game, and they're like, well, no, instead we got these other things, which are loot boxes, but we're not going to call them loot boxes, because...
Yeah, we're going to call them something else.
There are loot boxes, yeah. So let's see. We Happy Few, look at that, which is, Fringy told me that it is banned in Australia.
What? Why?
Yeah.
A game about authoritarianism is banned by a government. So there you go. There's apparently a new PUBG mode that's coming out.
And a new map.
Yay.
So, okay, if you care. Tales of Vesperia is getting a definitive edition. Let me see. Halo, the Master Chief Collection's coming to the Xbox Game Pass later this year. The Division, Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel Unlimited, and Fallout 4 are hitting the Game Pass. And there's another like Zelda-like game called Tunic.
Yeah, that game looks pretty cool.
So there you go. I haven't actually seen anything about Tunic.
Okay, I'll give Microsoft this. They announced a whole lot of shit, but none of it was anything that will sell the Xbox brand. That's just...
Yeah, he's a little Fox Link. Yeah,
He literally is. I mean, it's called
cute.
Tunic. I mean,
it's cute.
it is a cute looking game.
Very good. It looks very good. It's a very good looking game.
Yeah.
Very lovely style. But it looks
Yeah.
cool. This actually looks interesting.
Yeah.
This game actually is way more interesting than 80% of the things I've seen so far. I might actually look for more stuff on Tunic.
Well, I mean, I'll give it to Microsoft. They dropped a lot of info, but like I said, none of it is anything to sell the Xbox brand. It's
Goes to your PC and PS4.
Yeah, it's basically it's funny to kind of see Microsoft be pro-consumer out of nowhere.
It's because they're losing.
Well, yeah. I mean, I did a video on this, and I basically in my video I said no amount of exclusives. If like Microsoft was suddenly to come out and say we're not porting to the PC anymore, everything's just going to be on the Xbox, and here's this list of exclusives, it's not going to save the sinking ship. No amount of exclusives is going to save the Xbox brand. It's over. This generation is over. I think it's best that they try and keep as many consumers as they can by having all these pro-consumer
big next generation is
things.
probably what they best do. Maybe that's what all this developer buying and things are going to be leading up to.
Do you think do you think they'll do a next gen that fast after the Xbox One X?
Well, it's been 4.5 years.
Most likely by 2020.
I mean, it's been
But the
4.5
Xbox One X
years.
came out how many years ago? 2013,
No.
No.
The Xbox One came out.
Oh, the One. I mean the One X.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. I forgot that thing
Well,
existed.
that doesn't matter. That's more
Man,
refresh.
After people yelling.
Yeah, but
about
you're
it
talking
for
about
a year
it
and a
like
half straight.
it's a pretty capable. It's got like a 1060. It's capable to like a 1060 in there. I mean that's not a bad GPU.
I'll say the
Yeah,
X.
but it doesn't matter.
The X is underutilized. This is what I'm gonna say. Is
It is.
It's not used the way it really should be used. And whenever I say that, the Xbox fanboys they go with outrage, just saying no, Microsoft knows what they're doing. But prioritizing 4K over playable frame rates and a decent resolution.
a good library of games. You know, it's like a meme at this point for a reason.
Yeah, it's just I
mean, they put out another $500 box. You think they're going to put out another box in 2 years?
it's possible. It's
yeah,
possible.
I think so. Well, yeah, in 2 years, the generation will be like 6, 7 years old.
Yeah, it'll be about 7 to 8 around there, actually. Yeah.
Because in 2 years, it's going to be 2020, and then that'll be 7 years since the Xbox One launched. So yeah, it'll definitely be within them.
That's
Yeah.
oh man, that's such a wild concept.
The Silent Observer.
EA,
The Silent Observer, $5. Xbox just needs to die finally. Only thing left that I think is worthwhile would be their controllers. I disagree. I don't think the Xbox brand should die because Nintendo certainly wouldn't deliver proper competition to PlayStation. I don't think they will. I mean, nobody is talking about the Switch right now. The Switch is a dead topic. Like, immediately after Mario Odyssey, dead. Nobody's talking about the Switch. Maybe people will talk about Switch ports, but nobody's fucking talking about the Switch.
Boy, you need to wait until Tuesday.
Fallout Shelter.
I mean, Fallout Shelter for the Switch, yeah, I mean, that'll...
The Smash is like your Smash.
I mean...
Like, I know you may not be into it, but that is a phenomenon.
Smash is big, but the last Smash didn't save the Wii U, so you know.
No, I mean the Wii U needed way more than that for saving. But the thing is, what you're looking at is a install base on a handheld device that is as big as or coming near to the install base of an Xbox brand. That is then having one of the most recognized fighting games in esports.
We'll see. I mean, I think obviously I think it'll be a successful launch. It's probably going to obviously boost the Nintendo Switch, but I mean, for me personally, yeah, I know the Smash Bros. Games.
Sure, Switch will do fine. Switch will be fine.
Yeah, Switch is. I mean, we may say that now because we're not really into Mario Tennis, or anything else like that, or ARMS didn't do so well, or Splatoon, needed the online, and they're mucking that up.
Those games, people will buy the.
Those games.
Mario, this and that. Yeah. They always do. Those are safe ones.
Those are safe ones, yeah.
Yeah, they are though.
Yeah. Tidy Cats, $5. Bethesda not telling us if skills or actual dialogue options are back in Fallout 76 is extremely worrying to me. Don't care about multiplayer for it. I'm just gonna say, Tidy Cats, I doubt there's going to be any dialogue or skill checks in this Fallout 76 because I don't know how you could honestly build a full-fledged RPG with the idea of keeping it multiplayer alongside. It's not going to happen. There's not going to be meaningful dialogue choices or anything like that. It's going to be...
It'll be you in a voice chat with your buddies.
It's going to be it's Destiny, but Fallout-ized. That's honestly what I see.
Is games as a service, baby.
It's a real shame because a lot of people were saying that what if this is a Fallout Battle Royale? I wouldn't have doubted Bethesda going in that direction. We'll get to there in a second. We'll start with
the Bethesda thing. Do you want to cover the EA stuff real quick?
Hey guys, sorry to say, but I do have to cut out. I have to wake up early tomorrow morning.
All right, no worries. You sound really tired, Alex.
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
So,
have a good night, guys.
Yeah, have a good night.
See ya.
So EA starts E3 with they showed off a bunch of shit. Anthem is one of the big games. This is BioWare's last ditch game. If Anthem does not sell well, BioWare is done. BioWare's finished.
Yeah.
Remember when that name used to mean something? Shit.
Me and Gundam.
Long ago.
Yeah. Me and Gundam talked about this before, where basically Anthem is BioWare's baby. They're putting everything they have into this game. Well, not so much.
They're done.
Not so much BioWare, but it's more like EA going like, okay, BioWare, if this game flops, we're done with you. You'll end up with the rest of the developers we threw in the dumpster, because it's just
BioWare, which is not BioWare, is not the BioWare now it used to be, and it shows immensely. And now we have they're down to their last straw here. They can't afford to not have this do well. So Anthem was shown off. You're in a robot and you shoot things and numbers fly out of them. and there's things that happen and they blow up, and monsters come out of the ground and you shoot them, and it looks like it could potentially be interesting, but we aren't able to gauge really the amount of depth that the game has in it just by some gameplay. There was a fair amount of actual gameplay, which is nice to see. It didn't look bad. It didn't look compelling. I want to know how deep the game goes. If it's like Destiny 2, where it's extremely superficial and there's basically zero depth to anything in it, and you're doing the same thing for 95% of the time you're playing it, then that will not fare very well, I don't think. But hopefully, if they do this class system well, and if they have some customization components to it, if there's a lot of good combinations between classes, and if there's a good challenge present in the game, then I can see myself enjoying it. But it's hard to gauge whether or not that's going to be the case based on what we saw. Yeah. I'm not ruling it out right now, but it doesn't look immensely interesting.
Oh,
it
no,
might
yeah.
be, but I'd have to learn more and see more.
Well, I mean, don't forget, it's going to be a blockbuster hit because, Anita is working backstage with those guys.
Yes, I'm sure it will be very woke, and I'm sure the women will be treated very well.
Yeah.
But that's not why I buy video games, shocking as it seems. I just want a fun game. I don't care how many women are in it.
Gundam,
I don't know.
what are your thoughts on the whole Anthem thing that was shown?
I know you want to buy Anthem. How excited are you for Anthem?
Let me tell you about my hype levels.
The game.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it's at 11. I heard that Anita Sarkeesian gave a rousing speech to the BioWare developers about inclusion and diversity. This obviously played out very well in the trailer. I could tell that the women that were included were very powerful and strong females that didn't need any one man to help them. I was made woken by such beautiful renditions of explosions. Now, I don't know about you, but when I watch Fast and the Furious, I can't get hard until Dom's car flies over an explosion. So needless to say, I looked at it and I thought, good God almighty, it's Destiny with mechs. It's The Division with mechs. What the fuck am I supposed to take from all of this? There's nothing here. It's horrid.
You're getting it wrong. You're getting it all wrong, Gundam. Don't you see how big the world is? And you can play
I only
with your
saw
friends.
like 4 areas.
Oh, and look. That trailer looked really good. It ain't gonna look... it ain't gonna look anything like that. All right, the draw distances and the deep. No. Yeah. Your Xbox is going to run that at 7 frames per second.
How dare you say that? Colt Eastwood will be pissed.
Yeah.
You will be grateful if you get 7 frames per second out of that from your Xbox, or if you shelled out $500, $400 for your Xbox One X, you could double that and play it at 14 FPS.
It was funny. I saw this YouTube video, and I'm actually thinking about doing a response to it, but some guy made a video basically complaining that if we complain too much about Anthem, if we don't support Anthem, we're not going to get BioWare back. And I'm here kind of like,
let it die.
I'm like,
BioWare
gone. Let them fucking die.
I would rather
be buried in the ground.
I'd rather put a bullet in BioWare's head than allow them to continue down this road because it's over.
Instead of being a shambling zombie company that puts out garbage pieces like Mass Effect Andromeda in some half-hearted Destiny Iron Man wannabe game. Just let it die, okay? Look, if Anthem is good, buy it. If Anthem is great, buy it and support them. But if it's not good, then just let them die. Let the market decide who lives and who dies.
Yeah.
And if Anthem has to remind you how strong women are, don't buy it.
Yes. If you need every time you don't buy Anthem, a woman is raped.
Oh my God, we're fucking in trouble now. This is on YouTube, dude.
Every copy of that game you don't buy, you're morally responsible for a sexual assault, and it's against a woman, so it's doubly worse.
Yeah, it's just kind of strange seeing BioWare think to themselves that paying all this money to Anita over a lead writer like Chris Avellone is going to get their game more sales. It's like,
you know what we need? You know what gamers really want? Anita Sarkeesian.
It's like
over so well.
You know what's funny? It's like I can imagine how their meeting went. They're sitting at the meeting table and they're like, "Well, our options are Chris Avellone and a few other writers up in CD Projekt Red." And then they unveil the curtain and Anita's right under the curtain, like right behind the curtain.
Or a rousing speech from Anita Sarkeesian. who doesn't give a shit about video games.
Oh God. So
Remember, she needs 35,000 for her Discord.
Anthem is gonna flop and
just want to say, like, if anyone ever saw the first Anthem unveiling back in 2017, you basically don't have to see this one because they didn't really show anything.
They even used the same footage twice.
It literally was the same footage. Yes, it literally was.
They show some new gameplay and some like it's got me a little interested with the abilities and things that you could do. I'm like, okay, but are they on cooldowns? What do the classes get to do? Is there any synergy between the classes? I want to see how deep this goes.
Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, of course, it will flop and BioWare will be dead. So, Battlefield 5 multiplayer looks like Battlefield 1. So
yeah. I haven't liked Battlefield a whole lot since.
I even saw a few men in the World War II game. I even did. If you look really hard, you could see some men with all their limbs attached.
Honestly, the whole, I mean, being able to play as women or anything like that doesn't necessarily bug me a whole lot. What really does bug me is I don't see a difference between this and Battlefield 1. I don't think we're gonna get another Battlefield game like Battlefield 4. It's not gonna happen.
Battlefield 4 was too successful and it's too beloved, so you will not get another one. So get used to it.
Yeah. That's pretty much EA.
It's too good. Like even the comments of the new multiplayer trailer, they're like, "Oh, just think of Battlefield 4." It's like, yeah, probably me too. Like I've reloaded that onto my computer. I'm just like, I just don't care. Battlefield 5 might be great. I don't know. Okay. I just can't believe I can't believe I'm this lukewarm about a Battlefield game.
Yeah.
Respawn is making a Star Wars game called Jedi Fallen Order that takes place between Revenge of the Sith and A New Hope.
And that's all you need to know.
So that's coming holiday 2019. So await further bulletins as events warrant.
And don't expect another KOTOR because you won't get those style of games anymore.
Don't expect the game you want. Expect the game you get. So there you go. Battlefront 2 is getting some stuff. If people, I don't know anything about Battlefront 2. I don't care about that game.
I kind of forgot about its existence.
Yeah, I'm not buying it out of principle, so I don't give a shit. So we will not report on it. Unravel 2, if you really love the first Unravel, there was a second one. So
never played it.
There we go. I didn't even know the first one was a thing that existed. So there you go.
There's EA for you trying to. Is it indie? What is it?
It came out around the time when Little Big Planet was still kind of a thing.
Okay.
So that's pretty much what I see it as.
I did enjoy Little Big Planet back in the day, but yeah, oversaturated.
Well, Unravel 2 brings Yarny back for a co-op adventure, and it's out today. So if you didn't get enough of the first Unravel, now you could buy the second Unravel, and you can unravel yourself.
The best part, they're gender neutral.
That's true. One of them is red and one of them is blue, so you don't know which one is which. So if one acts like a... Sea of Solitude is a game coming out, EA Play. That's a thing. I don't know anything about it, but it's
games of service.
Games of service.
So you're a black person. You're a black person and you can jump around and you could turn into a bird. You're literally a black person. With red eyes.
I didn't even. I think when it came to the EA conference, all I did was read updates on my phone. I did not want to sit through that because EA's conferences are always some of the most lifeless, soulless things you will ever attend in your life. And the fact that
God, you made a wise decision. The EA conference played off much like Schindler's List. That's the best way I could put it.
Schindler's List had too much color.
Oh God.
All right, so. Command and Conquer Rivals. Yeah, so if you want to play Command and Conquer on your phone, you can do that. It's a thing.
It came off so bad that Total Biscuit's wife got on Twitter to say, "I'm glad my husband's dead so he doesn't have to see this." And I thought, wow.
If you've ever... This E3 made me happy people died in the Holocaust. Because now they won't be able to see what has become of video gaming. So there you go.
Yeah.
The stream is demonetized.
Yeah.
So, we got a dramatic trailer for FIFA 19.
And you got to see 4 douchebags play it.
Madden Overdrive, yeah.
And you got to see 2 douchebags on stage.
I think I'm at the end of my list here.
Okay. I don't give a shit about EAs. Like I don't. I mean the fact that the fact that people can call themselves gamers and go and attend an EA conference is beyond me. Like how the fuck do you come? Like how the fuck does that happen? How do you sit at home and you say, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to attend the EA conference.
Here's what I honest to God think, dude. Gaming isn't for, I almost want to say gamers. It's like, it reminds me of something my guitar teacher used to say. He would say, music isn't for musicians.
I would go, because I've never been to California. I'll go to, I don't know, wherever they are in California land, and I'll be like, yeah, if you're paying for it, you bet I'll go. And then I'll go to the EA thing, take a nap there, and then I'll go like out on the town and fuck somebody.
What were you saying, Gundam?
Gaming is for casuals now, honestly. We're not the market. We're not the demographic.
AAA is for casuals now.
Exactly. And what does EA make? AAA games. Like, when you look at the EA thing, when you look at the Bethesda thing, people are losing their minds over bullshit. It just makes no sense. You're like, it's Fallout 4 online. How could you be excited? It's the same game with a slightly newer coat of paint.
Well, we'll work our way up to Fallout online.
We'll get to the Bethesda conference, which is basically
all the same thing.
I think that we're on the Bethesda conference.
All right, the Bethesda conference. Let me just say, I want to start with this real quick, all right? I just want to start with this real quick.
Okay.
May I say that was probably one of the most awkward and head-bangingly embarrassing openings to any conference I had ever seen in my life.
Not impressed.
That's no pun for Andrew WK.
Not impressed, not excited. No.
I'm not. No, see, I wasn't so much unimpressed. I was sitting there and I was embarrassed with the first 15 minutes of that conference, where basically they come out, they announce Rage 2, the audience is lukewarm, they don't really give a shit, they're all there for Fallout, that's really what they're there for. They play the Rage 2.
So Rage 2 there is another Rage game. It looks like a video game where you shoot things.
It looks like Destiny.
It looks like a Mad Maxy Destiny kind of shooty game. It could be cool. It could be alright. It didn't look bad. It looked, like a trailer for a shooter game. Okay. Maybe it'll be good when it comes out. I don't know. They talked about Doom Eternal, right? So that's a thing.
Okay. That I just want to say that I felt so bad for Doom. So bad, because Doom 2016 was probably one of the best first-person shooters of the last decade. One of the best first-person shooters. Oh yeah, it was amazing. And the fact that they had to basically tease there's a new Doom, but at a conference as underwhelming as this one. All it was to get a reaction out of the crowd. That's all that was for. Other than that, it's pointless mentioning it if it's not being released.
No information, just we're making another Doom. And it is called this, and there are demons, and you can shoot them.
And you're more powerful than ever.
Yeah, he's more powerful than ever, which I don't care about. I don't care about. I don't care if he's more powerful. I just want it to be a good game.
Mm-hmm.
Which it probably will be, right? If they saw that Doom was good, they're not gonna. I don't think they want to destroy Doom's reputation, because Doom's sitting pretty high on its haunches right now.
Mm-hmm.
So there is another Doom game. We don't know anything about it.
But to be fair, Wolfenstein 2 was quite underwhelming.
Wolfenstein 2 was very underwhelming.
And that's coming off a really good Wolfenstein game, because the last Wolfenstein was excellent. Then they go to this one that was kind of underwhelming, so it makes me question.
Colossus was.
Yeah.
It makes it's actually at a 53% on Steam right now. 53% positive.
Oof.
And that's what happens when a third of your game is cutscenes, and a third of the rest is in-game cutscenes.
Yeah.
And I'm called Whitey. So yeah, that's people want to play a video game.
I think the reason Doom worked out so well was basically the lack of cutscenes, the lack of taking control away from the player, lack of basically all the things that make first-person shooters garbage, in my opinion, which is cover-based, constant reloading.
Yeah, it looked good. It ran really good. Yeah. All the weapons were satisfying. It was quick. It was fast-paced. You were always doing something. It had the collectibles. It just hit all the points that you're looking for.
It didn't try to take itself too seriously. It just was what it was.
Doom was Doom, and it knew it was Doom. But there is There is a co-op title. It is very empowering. It's the next Wolfenstein game is a co-op title.
Two
You
women.
play as BJ's twin daughters in robot armor.
I'm okay with that. I think
So-
it'd be interesting.
There you go. So
Be
there's
interesting because
another
BJ.
Wolfenstein.
I mean, I really was underwhelmed with this character. The whole like, I mean, he was humanized in the previous Wolfenstein game, but in this one, it's just kind of like I'm a big cuddly teddy bear with a lot of problems and a big attitude. And
So
I mean, I like just blasting Nazis away, and I don't really care too much about. I think.
yeah, it was a little.
Yeah.
It was a little. I wouldn't have minded it so much if so much of the game, if the game had more actual gameplay in it, I wouldn't have minded as much. But I feel like they sacrificed me doing things to story stuff.
Yeah.
Like a third of the game was cutscenes. Like
Yeah.
it's crazy. I'm probably being generous by saying a third of the game was cutscenes. They were fine cutscenes, but like when you look at the watch to play ratio, it was way out of whack.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let me read this real quick. Thayer Place. I was hoping Bethesda would continue supporting the Switch with Fallout release. I was looking for any remaster/port for the Switch. Shelter was not what I meant. I don't think. Maybe you'll get a Fallout 3 or a New Vegas on the Switch, but I don't think you're going to get a Fallout 4 or Fallout 76 on the Switch. I don't know how that would work. If it could barely run on the base, if it could barely run on the base Xbox One, I don't see hope for a Switch port. I really don't.
Yeah.
Unless you're
Yeah.
okay with degrading the graphics down to the point where textures look like paper, which they already do in the game.
Which you might as well play Fallout 3 in New Vegas.
Yeah. Stick to Fallout 3
And
and New
those-
Vegas. They
those
are
arguably
better. games.
anyway.
Yeah.
So we've
Far
got
superior games.
The Elder Scrolls Legend is coming to Switch and consoles.
Okay, that's fine. Card
So
game.
that's a card game that you can play. Yeah, big crowd pleaser.
Mm-hmm.
And you have Skyrim memes. Skyrim memes are fun.
Okay,
You got those Skyrim memes.
I did laugh a little there. I thought that was kind of cool to see Bethesda laugh at themselves, but kind of scared that they were self-aware with the fact that they do a lot of basically underwhelming shit, and they're like, "Hey, we realize we're underwhelming. We're gonna."
More underwhelming things, like Elder Scrolls Blades. It's a mobile RPG you could play on your phone, and it's first person. You can fight one enemy at a time, which is what Elder Scrolls does great.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We're on the Elder Scrolls topic, so.
Okay.
The beauty of
There
it
were-
is they're
there were
self-aware
three-
and they
there
know
were
they don't
three
have to do
Elder
shit.
Scrolls things. There was Elder Scrolls card game, there was Elder Scrolls Blades phone Blades, and then there was Elder Scrolls online stuff.
Wait, no, you're forgetting one more, Rags. You're forgetting.
And, oh yeah, and by the way, just in case you guys were curious, they are going to make another Elder Scrolls game.
No!
I
Really?
know you're very shocked to hear this, but they are
What?
doing that, and maybe if you're lucky, in 2 years you'll get it. But
10. 10.
so they've got Elder Scrolls Blades, and we told you there's not much to say. It's a first person dungeon crawly looking mobile game RPG. Okay?
I
You swipe to
wouldn't-
attack.
I wouldn't mind, honestly,
I mean,
getting my
it
hands
looks-
on that for
it
a
looks
bit.
Fine. It looks
For
fine.
yeah, for a mobile game, it
Mobile
looks
game,
impressive.
yes, looks fine for
It's a
mobile
lot more
game.
ambitious than most mobile games. I'll give them that, but
But it's also a VR game.
yeah, it's just also it's crossplay with all platforms, so that's going to be very interesting to see.
Absolutely.
It'll be a good way to pass by the time, and
So if it's anything like Fortnite, you're gonna get shit on if you're on a mobile.
people playing battle royales on the
So,
phones.
We've
God
got,
damn.
if you are a fan of the Elder Scrolls Online, which I've heard mostly good things about, it seems to be doing well. I heard the last Morrowind expansion was quite good. There is going to be a expansion for it, Somerset, I believe. So it will have werewolves and dungeon crawling stuff. So if you wanted an expansion for Elder Scrolls Online, you will get one.
Well, werewolves were already
Yeah.
kind of disappointing in Skyrim, so
They were like a lot of things in Skyrim.
Oh,
Take off
yeah.
those rose-tinted glasses, people. That game was okay.
At the time I was playing it, when I was playing it, I was like, this is the most amazing thing ever. And then, I got older, and then I played Morrowind, and I was like, wow.
Yeah. And you're like, oh, yeah. So, Starfield, there's a new IP from Bethesda they're doing called Starfield. It's
what was the point of announcing it? Like, if you're not going to show it, why even talk about it? Like, just
to get people excited. It's like why they showed us Elder Scrolls 6. They let us know that they were going to make another Elder Scrolls game. But, so they got a new IP. It takes place in space, so there you go. Draw your conclusions.
And we're not, it's a next-gen game, so you're not even going to see it this gen. So, thank you for letting us know, Bethesda, that in 5 years you're going to release something. So, you have the money to expand to thousands of people, but, you still want to keep your same small 100-member team and really make hardly any progress. And basically, everybody likes you because they like the games you publish, not the games you make. So, thank you, Bethesda. Thank you.
So, that's because of mods, essentially.
Basically mods, yeah. Prey is not dead. Prey was quite an excellent game. I liked it a great deal, and I highly suggest you buy Prey. It's an excellent Dishonored BioShock game. I would definitely recommend Prey. It's getting a kind of 1v5 multiplayer sort of thing, which is that's what people were clamoring for. But yeah, it's going to have a 1v5 where 5 mimics team up against 1 player, and you could play prop hunt in space. There is also a moon chase thing, and I don't know much about it other than they are completely tone deaf as to what made Prey great, which was the suspense and atmosphere. But they played I forget what's the name of that band who plays that? It's not Cheap Trick, is it? It's
Are you talking about Dead or Alive? You spin me right round, baby, right round like record, baby.
It's I think it is Dead or Alive.
Yes, it's definitely Dead or Alive.
Yeah, Dead or Alive, yeah. And in Youthquake, that's from '85. So
yeah.
They played that song because they don't understand what tone is, but it's a game where you're on the moon and you do things, and I don't know the context of what you're supposed to be doing. I don't know if it's wave-based defense or if it's I don't know, so I can't tell, because your objectives in a game like Prey is very important. Do I have to go from point A to B? Do I have to defend a spot? Do I have to gather things? I don't know. I want to be excited, but I wasn't given information. I was just shown things flashing in front of the screen, so I don't know.
The tone of that trailer was completely off from the tone of the trailer to the original Prey trailer.
To the original game. Yeah, the Prey game is not a silly happy-go-lucky game.
Yeah, it's not.
It's very tonally serious and kind of claustrophobic in a way, and it was kind of grim.
Well, you know what it is? Everything Bethesda showed was go happy, here at their presentation. Rage wasn't, a brutal post-apocalyptic world. It was more like, this is fun. You got
like
people
Borderlands.
with... Yeah, it's like Borderlands. And
Andrew WK is here. Let's get the party started.
Yeah, hey, that is the guy's name. Yeah. He was doing that thing. So we've got the Prey things. Wolfenstein has a VR game coming if people care. You don't, so there you go. Fallout Shelter, it's coming to PS4 and Switch if you care, and you don't, so there you go. Fallout 76.
Oh boy,
big thing.
Was it really?
Fallout is their big thing this year.
Yeah.
So Fallout is going to be out this year, November 2018, November 14th, I believe.
With an open beta later.
It'll have a beta, but it is a multiplayer. It's multiplayer Fallout 4, and you can have.
We don't know anything. Let's face it. We don't know anything.
Well, we know enough to know that it is
4 times bigger.
It looks good.
It looks better than Fallout 4 graphically.
It does look good. It looks like it could be potentially interesting. I was telling the people in my Discord as we were watching it that I'm on board with the idea of a multiplayer Fallout, but it is going to be Bethesda's execution of that idea which ultimately will determine whether or not it does or doesn't work. The concept is Fallout 4. At first I thought it was an MMO, which I was totally on board with. But Fallout is a great setting to have all sorts of kinds of games. It would be it could be a stealth game. It could be a strategy game. It could be a first-person shooter. It could be a a turn-based resource management game. It could be anything. You could put Fallout on anything. So a multiplayer version of the first-person shooter formula that they have going could work. But to me, I think it would work best with maybe like, I just don't know. It could be great. It could be awful. It just depends on how players are allowed to interact with each other and how the world spawns resources and enemies and the amount of things you're able to do. A lot of it seems to be focused around base creation, base building, and base defense.
Yeah.
So if you didn't like that part of Fallout 4, and I was completely uninterested in base building in Fallout 4, I'm the explorer. I'm the lone explorer type, crawling around through places, stealthily killing enemies. That's how I roleplay myself in that game.
Yeah.
Then I don't know if this is for you, because for me, Fallout is a stealth game. I think it plays best as a stealth game.
Well, see, that's how I played New Vegas and Fallout 3. I always played stealth because that's like it's the most satisfying way to play the game.
It stretches out the game a bit. It's more tense. It feels more real to me. Like I put on I strap a bunch of bags and like backpack on and stuff like that, and I put on some brownish like armor. It's not brand new, it's not power armor. It's like what somebody would wear, what a scavenger kind of type would wear. And I go around and I stealthily go to place and try to not raise the alarm and that sort of thing. And that's how I play Fallout. And I think for me it's best like that.
I mean, you can play. You'll definitely be able to play it like that with friends. You will. You're gonna have to play it with friends. I would not play that game. I will not play that game with strangers. I'm gonna have to play that game with friends.
No. I will not play Fallout 76 against randies so that they can just shoot you out of the blue. Co-op could work really well. For me, I think the scale is best if it would be like me and maybe one or two other people. But like with 6 other people with you, it just becomes a clusterfuck, I think. Like I was watching stuff on the screen where there were machine guns and bullets flying everywhere and explosions and all these guys were in power armor, and I'm like, this doesn't scream Fallout to me. It's just
when you were sitting there, were you looking at that and you were thinking to yourself, how the fuck are the consoles going to handle this?
I don't know. I don't know.
That's why they had that beta.
I was watching it and I was thinking, if the frame rate dropped by 10 frames just from an explosion on the console, how are you going to increase that intensity for the consoles with 4 other people exploding things around you?
Yeah, because I've seen the game running on consoles, and it is
bad.
Running is I'm being generous, quite frankly, by saying that it runs on consoles. It is terrible. It runs like garbage. And if you don't think so, you are kidding yourself. All right. That game with adding a game that already doesn't run at 30, really, adding multiplayer to that, man, oof.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for console players. I just do.
Yeah, and like well, I'm gonna ask Gundam. Gundam, what were your thoughts from that trailer and everything that was revealed? If he's there.
Me too. I agree.
Gundam.
He's muted.
He's muted. Okay. We'll get back to
the dog just hit me right in the balls, man.
Okay. I was gonna ask for your opinions on the whole Fallout 76 reveal and everything.
I think the way I feel now sums up Fallout 76. That queasy feeling of almost wanting to vomit. In all honesty, I got nothing for it. Fallout Online. What everybody else has said, I could echo it. How will it run on consoles? It'll run like shit, most likely. And people just sit there and go, it's a Bethesda game. It always has bugs. And it'll be accepted.
My server right now, Jesus Christ.
I mean, did you see Todd Howard just dismiss the fact that their games have bugs?
Well, I mean, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do on stage? What's he gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna have to do some PR bullshit.
By acknowledging it, that's a big move for him to acknowledge that, because he could have ignored it. But from on stage, I mean, there's not much he could have done about it.
No, I mean, I doubt. I bet if he came out and he said, oh no, guys, I think this is gonna be a garbage game. Get fired. Nobody's gonna do that.
It'll be like he's.
Yeah, it's like when
Remember,
console.
this is the company they called paid mods mini DLCs, but they're not
Yeah.
DLCs.
It's like when.
But they're not paid
worry of
mods.
Mine. I don't know about the mod situation in Fallout 76, and I don't know if
fuck
you'll have, because they said it's dedicated servers.
Mhm.
I don't know if you can have your own. I don't know if you could host your own with your friends. I don't know how mods are going to work.
It'll
But if
probably
we get
only
rid of
be
mods,
Creation
then
Club.
yeah, if it's Creation Club only, and I have to pay for mods, then I am not going to buy the game. And it's that simple. That's my line. My line is that if the only mods I can get are mods I have to pay for, then I won't be buying the game.
That's the whole point of the game.
Yeah.
To make money.
I needed mods to finish Fallout 4,
Yeah.
and I modded that thing to shit.
You have to.
Yeah.
You have to, yeah, you do have to.
Gundam, I think you were onto something earlier. You were talking about how Bethesda wants control over the mod situation.
Damn dog. Continue.
Yeah, I think was it you or Alex, but one of you were basically talking about how Bethesda they know very well that the reason people mod their games is to improve the experience. And basically, yeah, they see the cash signs in that because they know that their games are slightly above mediocre. And
Bethesda is lazy. They have been lazy for years, ever since the Creation Kit leaked to PC gamers by mistake. They found out that a group of people are willing to work for nothing to fix their shit games. After a few years of watching other companies make God knows how much money through microtransactions, Bethesda thought, we should be making money too, but how? We'll just get our modders to make mods and we'll charge for those. Bethesda essentially wants to have other people improve the game for them and for the player base, own the rights to the mods, own who gets to use the mods, and make sure that they get the most amount of revenue out of it. It's disgusting, really. I mean, what's the future going to be? Are we going to have to pay to even go into the option menus to get widescreen or something? I mean, it seems like a crazy conspiracy theory, but how far off are we? I mean, look at how many mods you have to get just to make Skyrim work correctly on PC. Thank God for the unofficial patches. It's just, I don't know. It's something I could pontificate on forever and get highly upset, but I have two animals fighting in the room now.
yeah.
Fantastic professionalism.
That's where my stance is. If it's only Creation Club, and if mods are something that you have to sign up to a special website for and pay money and buy credits for, I'm not going to buy Fallout, and the reviews for that game are going to tank. A lot of people will buy it just because it has Fallout on it, but especially on PC, the reviews will tank.
The only people that keep it alive are the PC gamers and the modders. Bethesda's already made the moves to pick up some of the best modders to be on the Creation Club.
See, I usually can't talk like that on Twitter because everybody will jump on me about being a PC elitist and this and that. But I'm always sitting here thinking, I wonder how much the Fallout series would have diverged and changed into what it is now if it never left the PC platform. Because to this day, I'm playing Fallout 2, and every time I start a new game, it's a whole different experience for me when I'm playing Fallout 1 and 2. And you don't get that level of depth with games anymore, aside from, like I said, Divinity Original Sin or Pillars of Eternity. To me, Fallout should have never left the third-person isometric view. Well, I wouldn't say third person, just the isometric view that it used to have. It was an isometric RPG. And when it got into Bethesda's hands, they were going to change it into a first person / third person open world. And I think they made it work. That's probably Bethesda's only accomplishment with the Fallout series, was making it work in an open world. Other than that, everything else about the Fallout series has just been fucked over. And then Obsidian picked it up, and they're like, hey, we're going to take this base that you guys have for the game, but we're actually going to make it work. And they made it work. And then Bethesda was basically like, well, we're not going to let our ego... We're not going to let you mess with our ego, so we're never going to let you make another Fallout game. And we're going to make Fallout 4. And we're going to make Fallout 76. and none of them are actually going to be RPGs because I don't call
They
Fallout
made
an
Fallout
RPG.
4.
Yeah, Fallout
And
4
they
is
decided to go around the Mass Effect idea. It was taking Elm off of Elm Parson, whatever the fuck his name is, taking that guy from just doing quick little small quests. He could do small quests. He did the Brotherhood quest. That's his big claim to fame. Every time I talk about it, but he did the Brotherhood quest line. Yeah, so what? It's a small quest line, not a whole fucking game. You put this guy in charge, and then he decides to start copying elements from other games instead of staying true to what made Fallout Fallout.
I don't know. See, here's the thing. I don't think even Bethesda knows what makes Fallout Fallout. I think they just picked it up because, you know, they recognize
It was an IP, yeah.
They recognize the IP. They like the concept, but they don't understand Fallout. They don't. And if they never picked up Fallout, all Bethesda would be known for is Elder Scrolls. Bethesda is... I mean, I don't want to call them one of the most overrated developers, but they, in all reality, that is what they are. They're one of the most overrated developers out there. They're praised, overly praised, and I mean, the
and
fact
they're constantly
that,
forgiven.
Constantly forgiven. I'm done. I don't know. I'll look into Fallout 76. I might try out the beta, but they really didn't show what you do in the game other than run around and shoot with your friends. I bet there's going to be a lot of base capture.
There'll probably be a hub world.
There's probably going to be a very World of Warcraft like quest system. But I was playing Divinity Original Sin 2 with some friend, the multiplayer, and Larian Studios actually made that work. They actually made online co-op for Divinity Original Sin 2 work, and it didn't have to be converted into an MMO. I don't see why they couldn't take the same approach with Fallout 76. If they wanted to implement online with your friends, why not focus on creating a single-player narrative first? A single-player
Well, the gaming industry is heading towards games as service. That's why they're doing this.
I don't even know who was the first to quote that. Was it Microsoft?
It was EA.
EA. Fucking A. I'm looking at these pics you're taking of your Discord, Rags, where everyone's just Brother Howard, Rags, accept the Lord into your heart. What the fuck is what the fuck?
This is my life.
That's not going on in my Discord.
This is my life right now.
I mean, I made the mistake of making my Discord open to everyone instead of just Patreons. So, you know.
Oh, why didn't I think of that?
Rags thought of it. I mean, his Discord's mostly.
Patreon, so next time.
His Discord's mostly for Patreons, I believe, right?
No, it's pretty much for it.
All right. Well, I think that settles it with E3. One last thing I wanted to talk about, because it's pretty late for everyone everywhere else, and I also want to get some early sleep. This whole Steam opening the floodgates is what they call it, and basically the reaction from all the journalists, all the Kotaku people, Jim Sterling. By the way, that's I never got to my Jim Sterling video, so kudos to you, Rags, for getting to it first. I have a lot to say. I have a lot on my mind to say to Jim Sterling, and it's nothing nice. Yeah, I'll do it, but I didn't get a chance to fully watch your video on Jim.
They're a little long.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you specialize in length, so you know there's that. What are your guys' thoughts on this whole Steam opening the floodgates, the reactions? And I'll start with you, Gundam, if you're up to date on this.
I'm playing Big Boob Babes right now, so I'm fine with these changes. If you don't know what it is, it's a 2D beat 'em up with strippers. Then their superpowers stripping down to being naked.
But
I can say that. What?
But let me ask you something, Gundam. When you opened up Steam, wasn't the first thing you saw on the page AIDS Simulator? Because, I mean, Jim Sterling,
No.
you know, I mean, the way he's pointing things out, this is a huge, it's a crisis. It's a big deal. It should be on the front page of Steam. Are you sure you didn't see it?
basically, I don't know what everybody's big kerfuffle is. Maybe it's the day and age where everyone needs to be policed and coddled and told where to go. And, oh, this area is bad for you. It shouldn't happen. Frankly, I don't care what's on the Steam store. What's there is there. I mean, if you want to see, like, what's wrong with hentai sex games? It's not my bag, but if it wants to be there, so be it, for God's sakes. It's the big fucking whoop. I don't understand. There's bigger issues. Not that I know what they are. My issues center around picking up chicks from Tinder and getting loaded. So, frankly, I might be out of touch, honest to God. I'm like, you can pick more games. Big whoop.
This is why you're always the most requested person to be on my streams, Gundam.
And this is me tired.
Yeah, I think we're all tired. All of us are. And, yeah, I mean, the whole Steam thing, I'm probably just going to do my response to Jim. I think
Did you see the articles as well?
I saw them. It's ridiculous. I
You
think
would
my
have
video.
thought Hitler himself had games.
Yeah, my video is definitely going to be far more than just a response to Jim. I think it's just going to be a response to the entirety of this outrage.
So you're going to comment to every single journalist with a
No.
blue check mark?
No. I think just seeing what the majority of everyone's thoughts from that side are on the whole thing. $2 from Happy Console Gamer. Fritanga violated me. Well, looks like he got back to me. Hey, Johnny. If you guys don't know who Happy Console Gamer is, he's awesome. His name's Johnny. I was on his last stream. I gave him $2 and I commented, Johnny violated me. So, hashtag me too, Johnny. Hashtag me too. It's great seeing you. Thanks for the $2. I love your content. I love your I love your content, Johnny. Keep it up. All right, gentlemen. I think we're ready to call it a night. I mean, there's nothing else to really say. I think
E3 has been very disappointing. You can tell by our somber tones that it was soul crushing. Further proving to us that there's no hope for gaming, and it's all about hype, explosions, and celebrities.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, celebrities. I forgot. Celebrities. Yeah. I don't think any of us care. I think all of us could have been doing better things in our time. Rags was playing Vermintide, but I think you stopped for a bit just to watch.
Earlier on, I was playing it, yeah, because I got, let me see. Yeah, because the time zone, because it's only, what time is it for me? What time is it for you? Shit.
It's
12 midnight.
It's 9:30 over here for me, and God,
because it's 11:37 p.m. for me. So.
Well, I'm here all the way in the Pacific Northwest on the state of Oregon. I don't know where state you're in, Gundam.
New York.
New York. I figured. And then Rags is in Arkansas. So yeah. Okay, everybody. Have a good night. Thanks for joining, Rags. Thanks for joining, Gundam. Sexy Alex. Thanks for joining, Sexy Alex, and he has a good night. And everybody stay safe. And wear a condom.
Don't get a dog. That's my tip for the day.
Well, I mean, we have a dog with us, so, you know.
What, Rags is I didn't know he identified as a dog. I apologize.
I thought he identified as a
What
furry.
else would I identify as?
Furry? No? Okay. All right, good night.